So, as I go through this journey of learning how to cook, I've come to realize that simplicity is a very important and convenient thing. So my wife helps me out a lot with, sharing her expertise on a lot of different dishes. And I've come to realize that the simple dishes are what entice my interest a little more. Go figure. So, she came across one to me that I saw that was very, very simple. This dish is called ceviche. Ceviche. So, I heard of that dish before, and I think I may have even tried it a while back. So I thought, simple, tasty, let's do it. So, you hear the name ceviche. Where does that come from? Though archaeological records suggest that something resembling ceviche may have been consumed in Peru nearly 2,000 years ago, some historians believe the predecessor to the dish was brought to Peru by Moorish women from Grenada, who accompanied the Spanish conquistadors and colonizers, and this dish eventually evolved into what is now considered ceviche. So, with this simple dish, we're gonna go into it and go through the recipe and show you exactly how to make this simple yet tasty dish. Alright, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take the cilantro. Weird smell, great taste. So what we're gonna do is just take the leaves off of the cilantro. So they come like this, all stemmed up with the leaves. So all we need are the leaves itself. So simple enough, we're just going to pluck them, right? And put the leaves in some kind of container to be used later on. Okay, pluck in the leaves, that's it. Alright, once we have plucked the leaves off of the cilantro stems, we're going to want to chop them up into smaller pieces. Now the typical way to do that is to use a knife, do that chef style chopping. Again, I'm in that learning phase and I'm not very proficient in that yet. So, chopper it is, right? So, once again, we grab a few of these. Now, if you don't have something like this, then obviously you're gonna have to use the knife. All right, put it in there. Once again, cover it down and let the fun begin. Next, that good old tomato. All right, so what we're gonna do with this, is we're gonna cut it up into really, really small pieces. And you'll see at the end how it'll look. It'll all be blended in to the ceviche mix. A great addition to this dish. Okay, so we're gonna cut it in half, and then we're gonna go and cut it into those small pieces I was talking about. All right, so here we go. Boom. Half. All right, so once you get that chopped in half, like I said, small pieces. So we're gonna cut it in lines here. Now these lines have to be somewhat thick as you're cutting them. And I'll show you in a minute here. Hopefully my finger won't be included. Okay, so as you can see, big slices. And then we're gonna keep them all together. And then we're gonna slice this way to ensure we have small enough pieces, all right? Voila. Next up, we got our cucumber. So, as you can see here, I kind of fast forwarded and it's already been peeled. So that's one thing that you have to remember. We don't want that cucumber skin, all right? So peel the cucumber till it's naked. And what you do is you chop off the ends. We don't need the ends, all right? The middle portion is what we want. So after it's been skinned, we're gonna take this handy dandy chopper. I forgot where we got this from, but this is very useful. If you don't have something like this, then obviously use the knife, all right? So we're gonna place it horizontally and we're just gonna chop it down. Fairly big slices. Just like that. Nice and easy all the way through. Boom. All right, so once we cut them like this, we're gonna put them up in a stack like this, and then we're just gonna cut it twice, making 3 portions here. All right, so 1, 2. Okay, once we have them like that, what you can do then is stack them again, making smaller pieces, like so. Alright, so next, serrano peppers. Serrano peppers. That just, the sound of that scares me. This is the reason I say that I do not like hot stuff, like spicy food. Can't handle it. But the recipe calls for it. But I'm going to show you something later on that will make this dish easy for me to eat. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, simply cut it down the middle, making it into 2 pieces. Alright, so flatten this bad boy down using the knife, puncturing, cutting right down the middle. Right? Voila, exposing the seeds. All right, now that we cut it in half, for this next part, I'm taking precaution. Gloves. Haha. Now, the reason why I put these on, when my wife made this the last time, she didn't use gloves. And for some reason, after she got to this part here, it started burning her hands. Like there was a feeling in her hands that didn't go away immediately. And I am not taking that chance, no sir. So what we're gonna do next is we're going to remove the seeds. Now, that's for us, because like I mentioned earlier, I can't handle spicy food. And I really want to try this dish again. So we are going to remove the seeds. The peppers themselves still add that added flavor, minus the heat. Alright, so if you're that type who likes heat, then by all means, keep the seeds in, right? But I'm not. So I'm going to remove the seeds using caution here. That way we can eat this thing. Hands are good. Alright, so now that we've removed all the seeds, now we're gonna chop these again into small little pieces. So we take each half, slice it in half, and then cut it down. So I'm gonna grab this slice right down the middle again, as such. Then we're going to put it together and chop into small pieces. So I just want to make a note here. If you are well versed in the cooking arts, like my wife is, man, you could chop these bad boys really quick. With me, hopefully you have time and your hunger is not as big because you're gonna be waiting a little while. I do it really slow. One is I'm just not that skilled. Two, trying to keep all my 5 digits intact. Alright, here we go with that onion again. So this is a red onion. There are different types of onions. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna prep this for the ceviche. So I'm gonna cut it in half. Ooh, there we go. Boom. Okay. We only need 1/2. We don't need that much onion. So I'm gonna set this to the side. All right, now we're gonna cut the ends. One cut. Oops. Right, now that we've chopped off the 2 ends, we're gonna peel it. I'm gonna grab a thicker piece of the skin and peel that off. Oh boy, this thing is really making me cry. All right, so big piece of the skin is off. Now we're gonna lay it down and we're gonna chop it up or cut it up into some slices here. This is prepping for it to get chopped up into small pieces. All right, now that we've chopped it up, now we're gonna chop it up even more. Once again, handy dandy chopper. So you're gonna just throw a whole bunch of these in here. Cover it down. And you know the drill. Next, limes, right? Now, the recipe calls for either or lemon or lime juice. We prefer the lime. Tastes much gooder. So, this is super simple. If you have a juicer, now some people have the electronic one or the man, it doesn't matter. Simple, cut them in half. As such, right? And then open up your juicer. Simply start juicing. Next, we got our imitation crab. So depends on your liking. To me, it doesn't matter what brand, they all taste the same to me. So Crab Smart is the brand for this one, but imitation crab chunks. All right, so we got the bag open, finally. Crab. Okay, so they come in little chunks, hence the name imitation crab chunks. But what you're gonna do is just start shredding them with your hands. Boom, shred it. As you can see, I'm dumping it into a bowl for later. Like just shred it, shred it, shred it. Remember, sanitariness. Being sanitary is key. Make sure you wash your filthy hands. Now, the best part of the dish. Them shrimps. So ceviche, I guess, could be made with many different types of things, you know, but we're doing shrimp ceviche. So that's what we're doing here. So we're gonna just take the shrimp. These are, you know, frozen shrimp, cooked, already peeled. You can buy this at wherever grocery store you go shop at. We're just gonna cut into pieces, real simple, smaller pieces than what the whole is. All right, so cut, 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 and then just keep doing that for however many shrimp you want to put in there. Just keep in mind, hopefully you're not allergic. So the typical shrimp ceviche uses raw shrimp. We like it cooked, you know, We don't like getting that dysentery, having to go to the bathroom every few minutes. So we like it cooked. All right, so as you can see, here we have all the things that we've prepped in our bowls. Now the final part. All we do is put it into a big bowl, mix everything up. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Just dump everything in. Dump it in. Dump it in. All right, and then of course, can't forget the seafood. We got the imitation crab that we've broken apart. And of course, the shrimp. Dump that in there. Not spilling anything. Oh, and I did. Okay, and then we mix it up. Right. We had a little snafu with the small bowl. It wasn't big enough for me to mix. So, like any good cook, we got contingency plans. Right? We got a bigger bowl so it's easier to mix. So now we're gonna add the seasonings, the flavorings with the pepper, the salt, and that lime juice we had prepped earlier. All right, so we're gonna pepper this thing up. Boom. Get that salt in there. Boom. And then of course, the pepper and salt, of course, to your liking. And then the lime juice. Remember, this was the 2 limes. So we're gonna put all of this in here. All right, there it is. Finished product. Good old shrimp ceviche. All right, so what do we use to eat this with? Yeah, and Tostitos chips. I got the one that's a hint of lime. You can get whatever you want. So let's taste the ceviche that we made. All right, let's try it. Well, there you have it, folks. Simplicity at its finest. Simple dish, and fortunately for me, no open flames. So that's it for us in the kitchen. Once again, thank you for joining us. Stay tuned, as always, for another episode of Kitchen Misadventures. If you liked the video, click the like button and click to subscribe.